Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to make a heart-shaped, unconventional style bouquet for a wedding or a special event. So I have this frame here that I got at Hobby Lobby. Everything that you see in front of you that I'm going to be working with today was purchased at Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. And I'm just going to cover up the frame itself with some ribbon. This is a number 9. It's more of like a Kelly green. It actually kind of leans towards teal a little bit too. Just easy to work with ribbon, no wires in it, so it will stay nice and snug to the frame itself. So you have two choices when wrapping this: either start at the very bottom or start in the crevice up at the top of the heart. And I started at the bottom because I figured the glue, I'm going to be gluing artificial flowers on, and they will help hold everything together down at the bottom. But you could start at the top here where it makes a little V, and then that way you don't have to worry about switching around the ribbon so that it goes in the right direction the rest of the way down the heart. So I'm just kind of gluing as I go along. I did originally have it on the spool, but I found it easier to pull the ribbon off and just kind of gather it all together. It kind of kept things a little bit straighter for me and easier to work with. And that just takes a little finessing to go around that V shape of the heart there. I'm not concerned about little crinkles in it. I kind of find them endearing, especially in this bouquet. I feel like it's almost got like kind of a Celtic, almost a Victorian type of feel to it. I was going for more of like, I don't know, I guess I think when I think of March and March weddings, I love the green color, but I also love like rich textures like velvets, like a burgundy velvet, and just that very kind of earthy type of feel to it. I hope that's the right words I'm looking for. But in doing this this arrangement here, I am staying more towards a Victorian type of look, I guess. So I just kind of hot glue everything into place. I'm hot gluing it onto the back of the cage there, so I'm not too concerned about how that looks. But I did want to make sure it was nice and secure at the bottom. And then at the top, I'm going to make a handle for it to be carried. And I just kind of measure, my own hand in it, leave a little bit more space, and then just a big old knot at the bottom. And you can now put a bow at the base of it. You can have some tails hanging down if you want to fill in that space in the heart there. I just kind of rolled the knot into the back, and then I'm gonna give it some more hot glue, and then cover up my little knot there so I can hide the mechanics. But I know that's a nice secure knot. If the glue was to give out on the top, it's not going to completely come apart. It'll probably just drop a little bit, but always make sure it's nice and secure. But just in case, I know I've got like double security on it, so it's not just going to completely fall off of somebody's hand if they're walking down the aisle with it. As I said, I'm going to cover up my mechanics, so I just take a little bit of ribbon, fold in the edges, and then I'm going to hot glue that over the knot there. So as I mentioned before, it's kind of a Celtic type of color palette that I'm going with. I've got this almost Kelly turquoise-ish green ribbon, and then I'm adding some corals and burgundies along with a lot of other green flowers. So I start off just by pulling off the blossoms. I'm using a lot of artificial succulents in this too. I have some hops, and then there's a kind of a burgundy colored succulent, which I apologize, I don't know my succulents that well. But there it is. So I'm going to use that guy in there too. You could also use real flowers on this. You would have to kind of devise a almost like a cage for the foam, or you could make more of like a corsage type of style where you wire individual fresh flowers and just kind of put them on that way with the wires, or you could use a floral glue for fresh flowers too if you wanted. That would hold nicely on this as well. I'm going to start with that larger succulent plant there because it has some weight to it. And I know it's right in the very bottom where the focal should be, but it does have enough texture to it to be considered a focal flower or plant, however you want to say it. But it was just too heavy to put anywhere else, and I wanted to make sure if it was going to weight down the arrangement, it's going to be at the very base where it stays balanced. And I start off with my peachy coral colors here. I'm going to work it into both sides. I'm just using little blossoms from a hydrangea. There's some garden roses up there that I used. And these flowers came in a bundle, again from Hobby Lobby. But what's fun about getting those mixed bouquets, especially the bigger ones, is that you get a wide variety. So I could have gone all burgundy and pink, but it also, the bundle I was using also had this peach and coral in it. And rather than using burgundy, pink, peach, and coral in it, I just wanted to do the coral and burgundy and then add in more green to cater it more towards March, I guess. So I put my little green flowers there, and I'm going to work some green hydrangea into the other side, as long as I keep running both colors through both sides of the heart there. It's gonna flow nicely. I really like those cosmos. The more I look at them, the burgundy with the bright yellow, that's a really pretty color against the green ribbon too. I just worked my other greenery hops in there. I have some spiral eucalyptus I'm going to work around. When putting everything together, it's important to make sure that the stems are pointing in the same direction so that they all point to that large burgundy succulent. That's the center of my arrangement. All the stems are going to point right to that center. If you don't, you create kind of an anomaly in a well flowing arrangement, which creates another focal point. So you just want all those stems to point right into the focal area and just keep a nice flow, nice visual flow up and down the arrangement here. And I do have to apologize for not showing a full view on the arrangement. I'll back out the camera a little bit. I did have two cameras going, but the one didn't record. So just working with what I've got. But it gives you a general idea of just laying out a simple design onto that heart frame. And because you have that frame, the heart frame, it looks like a larger arrangement with using less flowers. So this actually is pretty inexpensive to make, bit time consuming, but it's very cost friendly. I could get many arrangements from the large bouquet that I got. The frame itself, I believe, was like $2.99 at Hobby Lobby, somewhere around there. And this frame's about 10.5 inches tall, I would say. I don't know the exact dimensions on it. It wasn't on the tag there, but as you can see, there you go. Made it all the way to the end. Just a sweet heart-shaped bouquet. Thank you so much for watching. Hey everyone, I've self-published a book called OK Bouquet, and it's available on Amazon. OK Bouquet is a pocket guide for those planning and creating wedding bouquets. There's over 70 bouquets to look at and be inspired by, plus some tips and tricks along the way. And in the back is a personalized guide for planning out flowers for a wedding or special occasion. Check it out on Amazon today.